Alright, hello everyone, this is Mr. Crozier. I'm going to give you some help on your homework today. We're doing 8.3 measures of center. Some new problems, but hopefully you've done these all before, so it's really nothing new here. But what we're trying to do is figure out what's going on in a set of data. So page 601, example 1, you have this page, you have this example, go back and look at it if you need some more help. But it's talking about the spending that teens do in the 1990s in billions. And in the 1990s, teens spent 90 billion, 90, 85, 80, all the way down all these different years. So what we want to do is figure out what's normal spending. Remember, sometimes you make free throws, sometimes you miss. Well, what's most likely? We have three ways to do this. Hopefully you've seen them before: the mean, median, and the mode. And the mean is the average. So that's basically what we're doing, is finding averages today. So what is the average? Well, we have this fancy notation here that says what I need to do is add them all up. This big E means to add them all up. So if I add up all these numbers, I have 860, and divide by the number of numbers, and there's 10 of them, so it's 86. The average here is 86, just like you've always been doing in school. Add them up, divide by how many there are. The average amount of spending was 86. Think about free throws. This person would make 86 free throws. 86 is somewhere in the middle. Alright, next is the median, which means the middle number. Well, what you first have to do is take this list and put it in order. And I have three 80s, then another 80, then an 85, and then a 90, and then another 90, and another 90, and 100. So I have 10 scores. Let's make sure I have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I missed one. What did I miss? I have two 85s here. So there are my 10 scores. And the middle would be at the middle of 10 is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the middle. The middle is between these two numbers. Well, that's pretty easy to do, but if you want a mathematical way to find the middle, you add them together. So I have 85 plus 85 divided by 2, and that will find the middle of those numbers, and that's of course 85. So 85 is the median. Now if it's 85 and 85, that's simple, but what if it was 85 and 102? Well, the middle of 85 and 102 is 85 plus 102 divided by 2, 93.5. But that's just an example. And the last one is the mode, and that's the one that occurs the most often. The one that occurs the most often is 80. So if someone came and said, how much money did teens spend in the 1990s? Well, they spent about 86, 85, or 80, somewhere in the 80s. Sometimes 100, sometimes below, but basically in the mid-80s. Alright, one more example here. Example 6, page 606. This is called estimating an expected value. And actually, we've already done this before. This is exactly the same thing we did in probabilities chapter. We have a chart here that shows the income distribution. Again, that's what we've been working on, distributions. How our data is distributed. And some people made 20 to 29,000, some people made up to 80 to 89,000, but it gives the income that people made. Here are the midpoints all the way down. So if you want to know if you made 75,000, well, you're in this category. Well, here's the number of families in those categories. Well, what's the percentage? I added them all up. There's 1,000. 20 divided by 1,000 is 0. Let's do that in the calculator. 20 divided by 1,000, 0.2. 2% of the families made this much. This is 0.08. This is 0.23, 0.40, 0.70, 0.07, 0.03. Check to make sure these equal 1. So if you want to talk about money, most people are going to make in this category here between 50 and 59,000. That's the most likely. The least likely is out here at the ends. Not very many people make only 20, Not very many people make up to 80, but that's how it's distributed, right? Just like how this is distributed up here. So the question is, well, what is the expected value? Well, we already did this problem. It's exactly like what we did in probability. If we want to find the expected value, well, at 25, 2% of them are 25, so 25 times 0.02, and that's 0.5. And then this one would be 35 times 0.08. And these are the exact problem as the lottery and the raffle. What's your chance of getting $45? Well, that's 0.23, so 45 times 0.23 is 10.35. Where am I at right here? What's your chance of getting $55? Well, my chance of getting $55 is 40%, so I multiply that by 40, and I have 22. What's my chance of getting 65? Well, 65, I have a 17% chance, and that's 11.05. And the chance of getting 75, that's 75 times 0.07. And that's 5.25. And my chance of getting 85 times 0.03, and that's 2.25. So what is my expected value if I add them all up? Add up 0.5 and 2.8 and 10.35 and 22 and 11.05 and 5.25 and 2.55. And I come up with 54.5, and these were in thousands. So that is the average value, and that matches our chart right here because we said this category would be the highest. So it is the highest. This is what you're most likely to make. Now you might make less money, you might make more money, but the title of the lesson was measures of center. What is most likely? That's how much money a typical person is going to make in this family, in this community, with these amounts. Expected value tells you what's in the middle. Mean, median, mode tell you what's in the middle. Alright, that should get you through your homework today. There's odd problems, check the answers. There's even problems to do that I'll check. Page 601 and 606 are in your packet, and they have the examples worked out in more detail if you want them. So good luck. If you have any questions, please email today.